Recently I just got two things. Lighting and a tripod so the videos actually look half decent now, and also Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I know I'm a little bit late to the party, but sure look, we'll ignore that part. After I think like 10 hours into this game, I started to notice something, and it's that there is a lot of chests in this game. Like a lot of chests. Now keep in mind, this was about me 8 hours deep into a play session at 3 AM when this thought came into my mind, so I ended up going down a rabbit hole in my own brain about just chests in games. And I know I was just talking about Xenoblade, but I do mean the non-biological kind of chests. So, I'd like to welcome you all to an Irish review of chests in video games. Here's a fun drinking game for you. Take a shot every time I say chest in this video. I'd say you'll be drunk in about 3 minutes. But now, before we actually start, let's just take a quick look at something. Why do we have so many chests in games? Well, I think the best way to go about this would be an example. Let's take a look over at the entirety of the Zelda franchise and you can see chests in full swing. In some of the older games that followed the good old Zelda dungeon format, you'd find a chest near the beginning of a dungeon, or maybe before it would have been containing a key item for that dungeon, such as the boomerang in Wind Waker. If we fast forward to the two most recent games though, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, we can clearly see chests are scattered everywhere. Obviously with some containing key items, but the vast majority just being rewards for completing a shrine or a puzzle in the overworld. Now there's one thing connecting all of these. Chests are used as a form of reward for the player. Great. What's my point though? Well, this sets up a player's expectation when they eventually go ahead and find a chest. They see chest, they open chest, they get item. Nice and simple. If we swap over now to the game that sparked this entire idea, Xenoblade 2, we can even see it in there as well. There are chests and explosive barrel chests. I don't quite know what they are, but these serve as rewards to players either way, be it for exploration, salvaging, or having the correct blade affinities. This expectation is the most common reason you will see chests in games, from Persona to Baldur's Gate, but what are our other options? We can easily use chests as storytelling devices as well. Returning to Zelda, every chest in every shrine of Tears of the Kingdom or Breath of the Wild, while yes, primarily serves as a reward, also serves as the story for the ancient civilizations in both games. Shrines serve as defense for the chests that are storing important weapons which they decided to hide and scatter across the world instead of fighting back or something. It's been a few years since I played Breath of the Wild, I can't properly remember the story. But anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. What I'm saying is chests can easily be woven into your story so that they're more than just funny little boxes. An example that does not follow this whatsoever is Persona, especially in Persona 3 and 4. I haven't played 1 or 2, so please don't kill me. Chests are just scattered throughout those games' dungeons. And just, well, they're there to be chests, aren't they? Now sure, it obviously does work from the game's perspective, but if you think about it for like 2 seconds, why are there chests here? This massive tower appears at my school every night at like bang on midnight for an hour, and it's got these nice little chests in them along with the monsters that it spews out that give me armor, weapons, food, and questionable clothes. Like, what is the purpose of them really? Like, does it matter? Not at all. But when you do just think about it for a brief moment, it is just kind of funny to think about. You can say the same about Persona 4 and its TV dungeons, and as for Persona 5, well, you can make the argument that chests are the manifestations of the palace owner, or in the case of Mementos, the world's desires, but also half the time these chests have like a Gohoem or a weapon, not something that would actually mirror their desires, so they're just serving as regular chests. But I'm sure you all get it. A lot more can be done with these than what we may think, which leads me to my next point. Well, we know now that players have certain expectations when it comes to opening up a chest. So now, let's subvert these expectations. And by far, the absolute best way to subvert people's expectations when it's coming to your chests and the rewards they can get is mimics. Whether it's Dark Souls or Baldur's Gate, mimics are absolutely the worst. I hate them. They stop me from being a loot goblin. But they're very clever, at least as far as I'm concerned. In case you don't know, a mimic, well, it mimics a chest. You can think of it as a Venus flytrap for humans. We walk up to it expecting serotonin, and instead we get adrenaline. What I personally like about mimics quite a lot is their method for reward changes. After your jump scare, you've now got to go and beat up this chest that tried to eat you so that you can get the actual loot that's inside. But there's more than one way to subvert our chest's expectations. Why not go for something multi-purpose? Minecraft and Terraria both have chests spawn randomly in caves, mine shafts and the like, but the elite don't want you to know this. You can bring these chests home. I have 27 golden chests. Along with these games letting you make your own chests for simple storage, they also have trap chests, punishing dumbasses like me who just sprint towards the potential loot. But I've got one more point to make, so... Well, we've seen how chests can be used as a reward for a player if they finish a puzzle, we've seen how they can be used as a means to subvert our expectations when it comes to chests, and we can also see their use as storytelling devices. But there's one final way that chests can be implemented that I've noticed anyway, which I actually like quite a bit, and that's progression. So, I can think of about 3 main games that kind of use this progression-based chest opening system thing, but for now, let's take a look back again at Xenoblade for the last example that we'll get there. Without going too in depth and wasting time explaining a game I'm barely even a quarter of the way into, effectively some of your companions have these things called affinities, which can be used outside of combat, and certain chests are locked behind these, be it lockpicking, super strength, Nopon wisdom, or God even knows what some of the other options are. I went back to the first area of the game after getting some new additions to my party and discovered a chest hidden away that I never would have been able to open before. Rewarding players for progression with your chest is a great way to show them how far they may have come from the beginning. Now another, much simpler method, it's just something I'm robbing straight from Risk of Rain 1, 2 and Returns, and it's nowhere near as elaborate as Xenoblade, and it's just very simple, and it's that chests are unlocked with money. It's simple, but it is effective. If we're to stay within the roguelike genre though for a moment, then Hades, naturally being Hades, combines a reward of skill and progression with its infernal trove. The faster you beat all the enemies, the better the drops you get. If you're just better, you do this easily and get a solid reward. But if you're not the best, but maybe you've been playing the game a fair bit and you have some upgrades from your mirror and upgrades on your weapons, then you'll still beat it more than fast enough to get a good reward for yourself. The idea for this video came to me because I played Xenoblade for like 10 hours straight. As of me recording this, I've had the video for like, I think barely over a week, and I've already got, I think, about 60 to 70 hours in it. It is a problem, but it's a damn good game. This was fun anyway. I know it wasn't my typical, Irish review of blank League of Legends champion that I've been doing for the last while, but I do hope that I can do stuff like this a lot more because I actually do find it quite fun, and it also means I don't have to subject myself to playing League of Legends an absurd amount. But anyway, I'm done for today, so I hope you all enjoyed. If you could do me a favor, drop a like, comment, sub, all the other YouTube stuff, and I'll talk to you next time, lads.